Hello, I am Brad and I am a fishery biologist and conservationist. My assistant Brenda and I believe that certain pollutants can have adverse effects on brook trout. There has been a contamination in this stream that so many people have put their time, effort, and money in order to make it a prime habitat for brook trout. According to the fecal coliform bacteria graph, it is indicated that in Site 2, there has been a buildup of an excessive amount of coliform bacteria. The source of this is most likely the waste from the livestock in the Milford farm. The presence of fecal coliform bacteria in aquatic environments exhibits that the water has been contaminated with the fecal materials of humans or other animals. At the time that this has occurred, the source water may have also been contaminated by certain pathogens or bacteria that produces certain diseases, or even viruses that can be prevalent in fecal material. Some waterborne pathogenic diseases are typhoid fever and hepatitis A.
My name is Susie and I'm an atrazine salesperson. I defend the use of atrazine as a safe, economically important herbicide which helps us farmers be successful and sufficient during farming. Atrazine is an herbicide used throughout the U.S. to control weeds in agricultural crops. Some say atrazine is a deadly chemical, but I beg to differ. Although it can be slightly toxic, in my opinion, atrazine is important and very useful. Farmers depend on it for a reason. Without atrazine, there could be a lack in crops and plants in farms since weeds will be interfering. Also, atrazine hardly affects freshwater aquatic life as long as the levels remain at a certain rate. Overall, atrazine has more positive than negative effects. For example, it does absolutely no damage to birds and it is non-toxic to bees. Therefore, I highly encourage all farmers and people of our nation to purchase atrazine. It's one of the best creations to help deal with horrible weeds. Atrazine is capable of numerous positive impacts, especially to farmers. I support the use of it since it's important to the economy and to the growth of crops and farms.
The presence of fecal contamination shows that health risks may be existent for those that become exposed to this water. Additionally, according to the map of Milford Farm, the fields surrounding the body of water take away from the natural vegetation. Natural vegetation acts like a barrier or a buffer, and it essentially blocks out the bacteria. Land use practices that remove stream bank vegetation are often harmful to brook trout populations because of the removal of a stream's canopy or excessive clear-cutting within a watershed. Not only that, it can also alter the type of plants present. Fecal coliform bacteria may occur in ambient water as a result of the overflow of domestic sewage or non-point sources of human and animal waste. The temperature can ultimately influence the entire web negatively. People really need to open their eyes at all these harmful effects. These aquatic organisms deserve better. They don't deserve to have their life ripped away from them like that. No living organism should be faced with these kind of circumstances. It is utterly terrible.
Ben and my wife Sandy and I are farmers and we support the use of atrazine as a natural herbicide since it has helped us grow and yield corn and bean plants. Atrazine is important to us fellow farmers since it helps us be successful. It helps kill the weeds which interfere with the growth of crops. Many farms, including my own, use best management practices to help improve water quality, even with our unstable income. The way we use atrazine does not harm the environment because we choose the most efficient and suitable nitrogen sources.